Hello everyone and welcome back to That Local Guitarist. Today we're going to be taking a look at these Graphtech Ratio tuners. So this guitar is an EC-1000 Deluxe ESP LTD, and the reason we're putting new tuners on it, because it came with locking tuners, is that the shaft that locks the string in place actually broke on this one. Someone over-tightened it. So if you're not familiar with the way a locking tuner operates, the biggest difference, as opposed to just a regular non-locking tuner, is you have this shaft that slides into the back of the tuner. And what that does is when the string passes through the opening, it clamps it down so it can't pull out. A lot of people think that locking tuners have something to do with like a locking nut or bridge where you need to unlock them to tune your guitar. Don't do that. You'll have a real bad day. The reason I went with these ratio tuners is they were the only ones I could really find readily available that used a 2-pin mounting system. And maybe you can see this a little better on here. A lot of the other manufacturers out there seem to have gone to a screw design in the back. And while that's not really a big deal, I didn't want to drill any extra holes in this guitar. So I went with these. They're supposed to pretty much drop right in. So we'll see how that goes. As you can see, I have not even opened these up yet. It's a brand new package. So I'm going to go ahead and dig into these, and we'll talk a little bit about what exactly the ratio tuner is. So one of the cool features about these is that it comes with all of these nice adapter plates, so that no matter what sort of screw orientation you have, you're supposed to be able to put these on underneath the tuners and use your existing screw holes without modifying the guitar. So it's a nice touch, but I feel like you're kind of paying for the convenience, and in this case, I don't need them anyways, so it's kind of a waste. The tuners themselves seem pretty nice though, as I drop a couple of them on the floor. So why these are called the ratio tuner is that traditionally on a guitar tuner, the ratio is going to be even for all 6 tuners, whether that's 18-1, 21-1, whatever have you. And that's just how many times the shaft that the string goes into turns in relation to the tuning head. And they have on here, E is 39-1, A is 24-1, D is 20-1, G is 35-1, 20-1, and then E is 12-1. Now, the reason they do this is because your strings have different gauges. It's to try and even out the feel. That way, when you're getting a consistent feel tuning each string. So I'm kind of curious to see how that is. It's never really bothered me on guitars before, but we'll see, if it's something that's, worth spending the extra money, because I think these were almost $170. So certainly not the cheapest thing out there. So first off, let's see if it fits. Beautiful. Make sure that we can get our washer and our ferrule in there. Just like it never happened. Okay, so these are going to work. So if you were wondering, if you're watching this because you want to know if they will fit your LTD guitar, yes, they are a complete drop-in replacement as far as I can tell. So we're going to, you know what, before I go any further, let's go ahead and get this out of the way before I cause any more scratches on this guitar. All right, so now that we got those out of the way, first thing, obviously, we're going to want to do is to remove the old tuners. And actually, those are pretty much just finger tight, so this is even easier. We don't even need our fancy screwdriver. There we go, easy as that. The important thing for this is going to be to determine where these tuners go, because obviously being a unique ratio, you can't just put any tuner. Okay, they're numbered. All right, so now that I've got this all figured out, I'm going to go ahead and cut the video here. We didn't run into any issues, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw these on. And once I've got it all put back together, we'll come back to this for kind of a wrap-up, a summary, impressions and stuff before I go any further, because I'm going to go ahead and take some B-roll shots of these real quick that you've probably already seen in the video. So one thing I do want to point out, I'm noticing as I'm doing these, the pins seem to be slightly smaller on the new tuners, the Graphtechs. So there is a little bit of back and forth wobble unless you really tighten down the nut. It shouldn't be a big deal though, because once the tuner has a string on it and is loaded up with tension, it's not going to vibrate and bounce around. It's going to be held in place, so nothing to worry about. An important thing that you want to remember when you are working on stuff like this is that you want to, especially with new parts, you really want to take your time to make sure that you're not cross-threading them. When you put them in, a lot of this stuff is all, it's mass-produced, you know, it's not gone over with a fine-tooth comb, so if you have like a little burr or something on the end, it might be a little bit difficult to start at first, but you want to make sure that you're not cross-threading it. All right, so for strings, we're going to go with the Horizon, the Heavy 6 set. It's 10 to 58, and I feel like, because this is a 24 3/4 scale guitar, that should be a nice mix. And this will allow you to see just how fast you can put some strings on a guitar with a set of locking tuners. Or at least that's what I thought was going to happen a few weeks ago. And now here we are doing this, so. So the nice thing about the locking tuners, simply you just pull your string in, make sure you're seated in your saddle and in your nut. You can pull it through, leave yourself a little bit of slack. You don't necessarily have to, but I like to, not as much as I would with a normal tuner, but just a little bit. And then you just go ahead and tighten that screw on the back, fold your string up, and you are ready to wind. But I'm not going to use the string winder for this because I want to feel the difference, so to speak. So now that I've got these all put on and everything, in conclusion, would I recommend these tuners? Well, I mean, you could probably, I'd say it's a bit complicated. If you want something that's really easy to put in, because it took me probably about 10 minutes to install these, if that. It took longer to make this video than to actually put the tuners on. So if you're into convenience and having everything, you know, nice and easy and put together and well thought out, I feel like that's a lot of what you're paying for in here. Because like I said, these were, it was like $160 or $170 for a set of tuners. And I could have gotten a set for about half that price. I just would have had to drill the holes myself, as well as go through a bunch of other measurements, make sure you're getting the right parts and everything. Whereas these, for a lot of your Ibanez, a lot of your guitars from the Asian market, these should pretty much be a drop-in replacement, whether you can use the 2-pin mounting method or the plates that are laying on the floor behind me somewhere, but you can see them there. So, I don't know, overall I would say, you know, 4 out of 5 stars. I feel like they should be a little bit cheaper, but there is no denying that they're a nice product. They're very well made, and it solved a specific problem that I had. So thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and share the video with your friends. We'll have some new stuff coming for you soon. Thanks.